So I left off with the fourth thing that God hates. Proverbs 6, verse 16 through 19. It's a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations. A heart. The heart is where the treasure is where your values are. Those who look to the Lord's Prayer regularly in the 6th chapter of Matthew talks about where your treasure is, there is also your heart. Our hearts have been lured into a lot of evil. People who come up with evil and wicked imaginations, schemes, plots. And that word devised, it means that you come up with these things. And then I like to say we integrate those with our devices, our tablets, our phones, and we start stirring up things from social media that provoke. And then we get the mental illness label because people have created such wicked and evil things. It goes into the culture and it comes out in ways that are damnable. So a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, God damn it. And then we talked about the third thing, hands that shed innocent blood. Now you're looking at feet that are swift into running into mischief. Feet that are swift. And when you can use your hands and go places and do damage, but you can take your feet and go to the site. When your feet show up, your whole body shows up. And that is when we can do things that are truly damnable. You talk about a false witness that speaketh lies. A false witness that speaketh lies. You were not even there. Somehow you got involved and you're putting your take on it. You're putting your voice on it. I think in the public spectrum of courts, legal, you got so many false witnesses that have been paid to lie. The propaganda just goes from generation to generation, and that's damnable. So we got to look at these 7 things that God hates, and we've got to start mitigating them one by one. He that soweth discord, oh God, you got a people who are creating divide, and separation, disunity in the household of faith. So here we're supposed to be modeling what love looks like, what God loves. And then here we find ourselves a contributor to the damnable 7 that we've got to get rid of. God says no. He says stop. When you see a stop sign and disregard it, just think about the intersections across the nation that people would just say, on any given day, we're just going to run stop signs and red lights. Just like we say we're going to not pay attention to these. Imagine how many accidents and fatalities would take place. When you put that in the spectrum of us disregarding these 7 things and how damnable our world is. So people are talking about, what's going wrong. We want to talk about what's going right. How do we mitigate these 7 things? GDI. God damns it. He damned it. And he will always be true to his word.